they're laughing because my dad said, "Go, Sean me," but he just hurt his wrist. And then I say, "No, better not." He's like, "Why? You worried that I would defend?" Okay, guys. So I do not. So there's two ways that we can try to break the Kimura grip. So when the person's defending the arm that is being attacked, the first thing you do is grabbing your cross collar, and then you come, with the other hand on top. So you need two things to deal with, right? So one of the ways that we can try to deal with the Kimura, it's the first one, which is pretty good, but it requires a lot of movement. So let's see how you guys feel. But it's quite effective to get the Kimura grip. Because see that between his defensive arm, between the elbow and his body, there's a gap. Usually, like very, very rarely, you feel the person doing this, because he's not really, especially once you start trying to pull his arm. That gap will always going to be there. So I'm going to throw my foot in that gap. I'm not trying to open his arm. His arm will stay exactly what it is. All I'm going to do is throw my foot inside. Any part of my foot, even if it's just my heel. All I need is now for my foot to be between his arm. Now I'm going to fall. See, I'm keeping that leg very tight. I straighten my leg. Now I lock the triangle. Now he's isolated. So I want to isolate the arm. So Bruno, he pulled his arm out straight away. But usually, because the hand is here defending, the arm gets trapped inside my leg. Not for long. You're going to start adjusting. Look, I'm going to start locking the Kimura. So their arm, let's say if it doesn't move, it's already completely neutralized. Because my leg is smashing the arm down, he no longer has power to defend. Very common, he pulls the arm out. So it doesn't matter how tight I keep the triangle locked, they always pull the hand out. Pull it up, no. And then they go on top to defend. Because now the arm is back in action. Don't want the arm to be squashed. I still want to isolate this arm. So I'm going to put my left foot without locking the triangle. I mean, if you have short legs, any cross you can go is fine. Like I can lock it easy. So I'm going to put my foot on the floor, hold it, Bruno, and now I'm going to push my knee out. So now I prevent him holding hands. So he's staying with his collar. If he decided to hold hands, to defend by holding hands, better for me. Much easier to break that grip than a collar grip. This, because my leg is pushing the arm, is easy to break or go inside. But usually the person knows that, so he's going to stay to his collar. Harder to break that grip. So now, look, I'm going to keep my hand inside. I can release the wrist. I'm going to go my elbow without letting the arm go. I still want my hand inside. So I'm going to go on my elbow. I'm still holding his arm. Now this arm, look, I can go really deep inside. Now he has no chance defending. So not the forearm. This is still hard. I want the elbow length. I grab my collar, then he no longer can defend. Now, hold tight. Now I have the Kimura. I'm going to push his hand to the floor. I'm going to open the Kimura, and I'm going to roll back. So rolling, look, ideally trying to keep your leg straight so you're still on top of him. It's not the end of the world if I open the triangle and I go on my knees. But that leg has to come up because I need to pull his back off the floor, and to do that, the leg comes up. So you could be on your knees or with the leg straight because his arm is already behind his back. Either way, it's very difficult for him to resist. I personally think it's better if you keep your weight on the person. You pin him on the floor. If you go on your knees, he has more space. You see his body rocking. But because you're so far out on your control to finish the Kimura, very rarely he will escape. So we have the Kimura. So see, I'm gonna look for the gap. I put the arm in, I locked. See, my leg is behind his back. I'm gonna straight. I want just behind the head. I'm gonna lock the triangle. Lock, you can pull his arm, you know, feel that like this is very secure. Start using your leg to push his grip. See, I got my whole arm inside, not to the forearm. Here is hard, the person is strong. You can spend a lot of time here in pulling. You want it in, look, grab, go, hold the arm. Now because I have two of my arms fighting against one of his, he cannot win this fight. Don't go inside because he will grab it again, look. So before I go up, I push the hand to the floor where he cannot make any grip. If I push his arm towards his own body, for when I come up, he grabs it again, and then I have to defend. He will try to grab his leg, look. Anyway, keep it away to the floor. And then he taps. Okay, guys, let's try.